Very profound dua. This was the supplication of Ibrahim alayhi salam after completion of building the Kaaba. There are three very important parts to this dua. Rabbana taqabbal, number one. Number two, minna. And number three, innaka anta as-sami'ul alim. And when you understand the meaning behind this dua and its depth, and you focus on the meaning, you really understand how powerful Ibrahim alayhi salam's dua is. Three parts. I'm going to talk about two very briefly. The first is the word taqabbal. In Arabic, there's a difference between iqbal and taqabbal. They both mean very similar things, but there's a subtle nuance and a difference. In Arabic, the word iqbal means to accept, and the word taqabbal means to accept as well. But in Arabic grammar, one thing you learn is when you take a word and you change its form, the meaning gets more layers to it. So in English, to give you an example, one is to power. You know, we see the word power, you power something. If you add the word M before it, it changes, empower. You empower somebody. So in English, it's a very similar phenomenon where you have power, and then you put empower, and you make it a different meaning. So the word iqbal means to accept, but the word taqabbal, same roots, but you add a little bit, it means, oh Allah, what I am presenting to you is a replica, it is weak, it is unacceptable, but from your sheer mercy, please accept it from me. It's called tasannu'. Tasannu'. We hear the same thing in another hadith where Nabi ﷺ says, Ibku فَإِن لَمْ تَسْتَطِعْ فَتَبَاكَوْ. Cry. If you cannot cry, tabakaw. Pretend like you're crying. So when we say Rabbana taqabbal, we're saying to Allah, Ya Allah, this entire month, I fasted, I read the Quran, I gave zakah, I mended my relationships, I did so many things. But Allah knows how was my wudu when I prayed salah. Allah knows how much of my money is halal, how much of it is haram. Allah knows when I'm fasting, how much ghiba did I do. So we say, Allah, taqabbal. All of my broken goods, all of these counterfeit goods I have, Ya Allah, please be kind and accept it. You know, sometimes you'll go outside and somebody's selling something and they're selling it for like $15, $20 and you think it's a good quality item and you buy it and you realize it's a ripoff, but the person is saying, you know what? This is my business, this is my livelihood, please just buy it and just pay for it, don't be too picky about it. And out of sorrow and grief and just pity, you say, you know what, I'll pay for it, I'll keep it, I don't mind. So when we ask Allah taqabbal, we're not saying Rabbana iqbal, Allah accept. No, we're saying, Ya Allah, here are my counterfeit goods, please just accept it from me. That's the first part. The second part, and this is very interesting, when we make dua, why is it that we don't use the singular form, we always use the plural form? When we make dua, we don't say Rabbi, Rabbi, we say Rabbana, oh my Lord, forgive us, accept our ibadah. And the wisdom behind this is, when somebody goes to do shafa'ah, when somebody goes to ask something, if only one person goes, then the person whose shafa'ah in intercession is sought out, they'll think twice. But if an entire group of people go, then they'll have this soft spot thinking, you know what, there's a lot of people over here, it's a very important matter. When we say, Rabbana taqabbal minna, we're saying, Ya Allah, here are all of our defective goods. It's not only me, Ya Allah, this entire community, we have these weak products. Out of your mercy, if I'm alone, I'm weak. But we as a community, please accept it from us. Rabbana taqabbal minna. And there's a third part, inshallah, we'll talk about it in the next session. But let's be mindful of this. Two parts. We're making dua, Ya Allah, everything I do has definite problems. When I'm making wudu, how much water am I wasting? When I'm praying salah, how focused am I? When I'm giving my sadaqah, how much of my income is 100% halal? When I'm reading Quran, how many mistakes am I making? So these are defective goods. We don't have 100% goods. But we say, Allah, please, with your mercy, accept it. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from all of us, accept our Ramadan, accept all of our a'mal, and may He make us among those who are accepted in His sight. Inshallah, after the remaining sunan, we will have a weekly hadith session. Everyone is requested to participate. Jazakumullah khairan.